Welcome to the fantastical world of Edra. Join storyteller extraordinaire Loquacious Macabre and his downtrodden artist Stumps in this illustrated epic fantasy verse storybook as they recount the legends of Grimous Ironblood. Archmage Grimous Ironblood's desire to cure all sickness from the realms of Edra burns deep within. Kindred Swordsmith is shocked when she discovers a hidden secret buried in her family's past. Brothers Colbran and Krember Agroth's hatred of each other spills over for one girl's love in their search for the mythical true love rose. Unbeknown, one object binds them together. A curious bottle contains a magical liquid of immense power. A cut purse, and general all-round lowlife, Brachus McGint wants this power for himself and seizes the bottle through magic of his own, unaware of what deadly consequences he has unleashed. Is there anyone alive who can prevent the existence of pure evil? It has been a long time since I have read any sort of lyrical verse novel. Let's see here. Shakespeare, the Iliad, the Odyssey, Cyrano de Bergerac, which is actually a play and doesn't really count, but still. So yeah. It was super fun to read. This book, absolutely amazing. I mean, okay, as far as the story goes, it's a fantasy adventure story, which is fun in and of itself. It takes itself a little bit not so seriously, also entertaining, but mostly it's told in verse, and I loved it. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can explain this to you properly. A lot of the times you see things like Shakespeare and the Iliad and they're kind of like, oh no, that's like highbrow, boring, classical works of fiction, blah, 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 why do we care? It's hard to read, it doesn't sound like a story. Okay, yeah, I love them personally. The ability to use language in such a way that you are conveying this already entertaining story and then making something performance quality out of it and making it so that the rhyme and the meter and all of that fit together and flow well. It's not easy. And this book did that, and I would say that, you know what? It definitely deserves to be up there with Iliad and the Shakespeare stuff and all of that. I mean, granted, the language is not quite as one would expect of a Homer or of a Shakespeare, but you have to understand that language has evolved since both of those were produced, and it is essentially on the same level from a modern English standpoint, which is super cool. Also, it's just great fun to read. Yeah. The stories were entertaining, I think they were clever, I think they were well done. There's enough unique, interesting pieces that fit together that make this definitely, even if it weren't written in the style that it is, I would say that it is an interesting and entertaining story. The fact that it is written in the style that it is super fantastic. It's not hard to read, it's not hard to follow, there's a rhyming scheme, you'll be okay. And I have to say, some of the rhymes are very entertaining. Like, I mean, eggnog, really super fun. Yeah, a bit tongue-in-cheek, a bit entertaining. Honestly, I don't really have any critiques for this. I mean, the art is entertaining, the poetry is fun. It doesn't matter what age you're at, this book is able to be read well. Frankly, I really would like to see it read, though, in Stephen Fry's narrative voice, because that would be highly entertaining. Yeah, I don't have any critiques for this book. I just think it was fantastic. It does end a little suddenly, but you have to understand this is only the first book in a series, and so that makes sense, but I like it. Yeah. That's pretty much all I've got for you today. Absolutely go check out this book. All of the links, as usual, are in the description box below, and if you find that you like this book and you're interested in more, Kara Boyter has a Patreon page for our Tales of Edra, and you can find all sorts of really cool things there. As usual, all my links are there as well if you want to talk about lyrical poetry, about Shakespeare, about Homer, about Cyrano de Bergerac, which is actually one of my favorite plays ever done. Just saying. Then yeah, feel free to talk. As usual, I am there pretty much all the time. I'm around. I'm not going anywhere. My state is locked down for another month at least, so yeah, I'm definitely not going anywhere, and I am happy to talk about anything at all. So that's pretty much all I've got for you today. Definitely check out this book. Super fun. The illustrations also are just like great. And yeah, so I will see you next time. Bye.